Okay, before I I'm going to get started talking, I'm going to be doing this dragon wall candle holder. I've got to pour in these two because these two actually hold up the piece that sticks out from here and here. This piece connects underneath here to kick out and hold up, and then this one goes here and it'll hold two little like electric tea light candles. I wouldn't put real candles for, you know, the weight for one thing, and if it were to, you know, somehow not hold up and fall, then you won't have to worry about a fire hazard. So safety, I wouldn't put real candles on it. And I'm getting distracted by a piece of glitter that's stuck because I had to open up these new bottles of glitter, and glitter went everywhere already. There we go. I'm going to fast forward through a good bit of it because I'm going to have my fan on, so it's not too terribly hot in here. And I've already got the air circulation fan for the air purification on. That's probably the little low hum you hear over to the side. And then I'm going to have a big stand-up fan that blows air that direction away from me. And so I'll get some parts fast forwarded. I'm going to be using, along with this one, I'm hoping I mix up enough. I'm just estimating, I'm not measuring. But this is a crow, and he's standing on like a small log or branch. And I'm going to try and get just to the feet because I don't want actually, or maybe just actually even, maybe not that deep. And I'm going to be using 3 glitters. I'm pretty sure at least 2 of these came from Michaels. This is Color Shift Gemstone Shimmer. I hope you can see. And it's kind of sort of a pinky purple blue. And then I've got Color Shift Lagoon Shimmer. And pretty sure this was also Michaels. And it's kind of sort of a blue green with kind of sort of a darker purple look to it. And then I've got Leobro's from Amazon Laser Black Holographic Fine Glitter. So I'm going to be doing a mix of these 3 into this one, and then add more black when it comes time, if I have leftover, to pour into this one. So I'm going to start with this one and see how much I have extra from that. I'm going to get the fan started, and then, like I said, this part is going to be sped up and probably some bits cut out because I know everybody's seen me mixing resin, and I have a specific video already set up just of resin mixing using my mixer, which I actually do need to get that too right quick. So let me grab that right quick, and then I'll cut, edit, paste all this together so I can get this out. And I'm using Letsresin's Part A and Hardener Part B. It's my resin of choice, my preference. Turn that off for a second because I don't want this blowing either. That was Part B, now to Part A. that down. Hands good and clean. Okay, I'm going to temporarily move this. And yes, I had already kind of sort of pre-colored it. I used mostly the Deco Colors Premium markers in silver and gold to put on here, and I used some gel markers for these 3 little spots. I don't know if it's going to work or if it's going to stain this. Also for the 2 sun spots, I did the did I leave them out? Probably not. They were dual-ended art marker in a kind of sort of a yellow and orange, deep yellow and orange, to try and get on the sun, and I don't know if it's even going to transfer or not. And I don't know, let's see, does the brand say on the box? Nope. Just some knockoff ones. I don't know if I got them from Amazon or picked them up from Michael's. I honestly can't remember because I've had these for quite some time. For those ones. And these ones are, you know, the Deco Color. Turn the fan back off a moment. And let's see, we're going to be using a lot of glitter because I'm not using any other colors, so there's going to be a hefty amount of glitter in here. And of course it's a lot going out too. Hey, stop. You're supposed to be closed. Okay. Okay, I don't want a lot of that one. Let's give this a stir and see where we're at. Because it's so thin, I'm not really going to be upset if it sinks. It's going to be, you know, in the areas I want it, so it's going to be just fine. Now when I go do the crow, I may add a touch of black. I don't know yet. Just to make sure that there's, you know, plenty of color for a crow, because I know they have this gorgeous iridescent blue greens and sometimes some purples to them depending on the light. They're crows, ravens. I honestly don't know if it's the same bird and it's just called something different depending on where you live, or if it's a different type of bird. I haven't honestly looked that up. But they're beautiful, very intelligent birds. And I have a secondary project that I'm going to be doing along with the crow. We'll see that when it progresses, if I get enough to add to it. We'll see. May not even have enough for this. I honestly don't know. I didn't look or check. And this dragon mold was from Temu, if y'all hadn't seen that. This probably might be cut out, but I'll add it in the links. Yep, I want some more black in there. Oh, that's looking better. Okay, let's move you over here. Set you there for a moment. Clean the gloves off a bit. Make sure everything's moved out of the way. Let me stand up. Boy, my back. Let's see. Yep, looks good. I'm gonna start with this side. Yep, so I can get that in there and pushed out. Let you settle a minute. Don't go over. All right, let's hold off and get silicone right in front of my face. Silicone. One of these nice little doodads. Run around the edges. Making sure hopefully I don't get any bubbles, or at least reduce the chance of bubbles. And then you don't have to worry about this scratching your mold because it's a very small, thin, very bendable silicone tool. It's not going to scratch like some of the metal ones or a toothpick or something, so these are quite handy. Now I know my surface is level, but this mold came in bent, so I'm hoping this actually still comes out level, because you know how Temu crams everything in, so I'm crossing fingers and hoping this works out. Yep, and this one's popped up on the bottom. Hopefully that'll still give enough. Resin's self-leveling, so sometimes you can pull it out a little bit and it will flow right back in. That way, if you notice as I'm pushing in, it's pushing the resin and I don't want it going over, so I stop and kind of sort of pull back. And it will, as long as it's still nice and fluidy, you hadn't waited too long or too hot, which I forgot to actually bring my temperature down. I hadn't done resin a little bit, so I hadn't dropped the temperature in the house down some. It is currently 75, or set at 75, but the temperature on my table says it is 77.5 degrees Fahrenheit and 46% humidity. Which thankfully the humidity is down because we have had a good bit of rain. Earlier in the week our temperatures actually dropped to the 50s for a little bit. Had to turn the heat on because yes, I am cold-natured. Alright, make sure you're in the mouth good. Don't want any missing spots. Yeah, that bugs me. That mold is puckering up on the bottom there. I push it down and it goes down, but I let it go and it comes right back up. This one's at least flat. I'm pretty sure this one was flat, but this one's bent. Alright, let's see if I can get just a smidgen more in here, and then I can put on some alcohol. This side looks like it needs a bit more. Not much, just a smidgen. Now this one, this one, this one, and this one are deliberately left up along with a couple of these others. Some because it's meant to be as part, like, you know, that's going to be the eye. But this actually is where these tabs will go into, and that is where this tab will go in, or one of these two ends will go into, and the other one will hold here, and these two go here, so it kind of sort of holds it up. I'll have to, when it comes time to demold, pull it out and we'll see how it goes together. And I don't think I'm going to have enough for that. I have enough for a skull, but not for my bird, so I might just have to hold off on the bird until Yep, I see some bubbles coming up. And I just went right on out. Sitting there looking on the inside down there, and I went right over. Good thing it's on a silicone mat. I'll get that cleaned up later after it hardens. It'll go into my little pot of cleanup spots. Yep, get some alcohol over in here. Nope, don't want any in that one though. That skull's right on the tip of overdone. Yep. Alright. You there, set you there. Clean my hands off. Clean the gloves off, I should say, not my hands, my gloves. Clean the stuff off the gloves so I don't get any more resin on here than I already got. And let's do. Don't overflow, skull, please. Get that on the inside of there. I'll need you for later. Okay, so didn't get anything poured into here. I'll set that right there. Keep dust out of it. Keep it upside down. I'll need to move it a little further away. Make sure everything tucked back out the way. Let's move you over here. And all right, we are done and we'll be back for demolding. Yeah, I'll just have to do the crow when I'm ready to do the next part, which is a skull. Because when this crow gets demolded, I'm going to have to do some dremeling around the feet area, and then so when the skull comes out, I can attach the crow to the top of the skull. I can't seem to find an actual 3D mold that has a crow sitting on a skull head. I take that back. I did find one. And when I ordered it, it said it was so many centimeters, and when I, checked it out, it was going to be equal in size to this, about 6 inches or so for the mold. It gets here and it's not even 2 inches. And I'm like, I'm not paying $20 for something that's only 2 inches. That's supposed to have this crow sitting on a skull. So this is the only 3D kind of, and it claims it's a crow. I hope it is. Won't find out until I get it, used for the first time. But we shall find out and see. Good evening, everyone. Everything's nice and cured. When I take it out, it's because it is a very thin piece, it will still need to take a little extra long to finish laying flat and fully getting hard, which takes, sometimes a couple of days up to about a week or so. No soft spots or anything, but I'm excited to see about getting this unmolded, demolded, however the word is. Let's start and see how it goes. First time doing one of these wall candle ones, so not sure how easy or hard this is to get out from here. Let's try this little piece out. Set that down for the moment. There we go, that backside's so much easier. Less little things to get to slowly pop out. Alright, what's still in here? The little centerpiece. There we go. So, let's see. There we go. Everything let go. Not sure any of those colors transferred then. The others did, but I wasn't sure about these. Might have a permanent marker on my mold, but that's alright. They'll still work to make future ones. We ready to see it? See the glitter on this side? Let's see. Does that help any? Trying to see some of the glitter? Put the camera light on. That's the back. Ooh. I put a lot of black in there and I don't see much of it. Can see some of the colors. They just didn't come out quite dark enough to really show against the blues and the purples. That blue purple one took over the green one and the black, and there was a lot of the black. But I still love it. That is pretty. I'll have to get something else probably to go in there for those ones. These ones came out really well. Moon phases. No sharp spots. I'm not seeing any or feeling any bubbles. Spots that I missed. There's one right there. And there. Alrighty, let's see about. Move my chair around here. All back. And again, these are the colors I used. The Glitter Color Shift Lagoon Shimmer, the Glitter Color Shift Gemstone Shimmer, and Leobro's Laser Black Holographic Glitter. Slippery. Can definitely see all the colors, different depending on what angle you look. You can see some pinks and greens, blues, purples, even a little bit of gold. Now to figure out which one goes where. Let's see. Probably that one. Get my fingers underneath here. Like I said, we'll let it sit flat for a few more days to let it finish strengthening up, and then I can put some glue to it and find a hanger for the back and get it hung up on a wall, probably in my new craft room. But this is how it looks all done up. So it will hold like that. I'll leave you sit over here for a second and pop the little skull out. You got a little bit of overspill around the bottom there. I can trim off. But isn't he cute? Hopefully all the colors are coming through. I can definitely see the blue and purple definitely sunk, and there's all the black. And just trim up some overspill. I don't have any scissors. Everything's been moved around. And there's still boxes everywhere. Where's that fan button? Save the little pieces, put it in my bucket. Set it there for a moment until I get it all done. There we go. Couple little pieces off into my resin bucket. Yeah, the ones I did with the regular markers just didn't quite come through with the sun, the 3 crystals, and the other sun and moon on the other side. But the silver and gold markers that I used from Deco Color definitely did come through. That's the silver and gold here. Those ones came out rather nicely. And I'll probably come back with like a white paint or something. I might have some actual silver somewhere, or maybe yellow, since that is the sun and the moon. Do a light yellow in there. Wanted to thank you all. I sure have missed doing my videos on a regular basis. Just had a lot of stuff going on family-wise, as well as trying to get the craft space together. Get this edited and uploaded so everybody can see it.